Okay, let's get right to it. This is your Bring Me the News Novak Weather Update. I'm Tom Novak. It's Thursday, July 2nd. I wanted to get this video briefing out to you because I know a lot of you are heading up a little early now for your 4th of July weekend, probably heading up to the Lakes Country, maybe in central or northern Minnesota or northern Wisconsin, or visiting relatives somewhere in Minnesota and Wisconsin. So wanted to get this out to you because I know this weekend is extremely important since we got 4th of July fireworks on the way for many people. And it looks like it's going to be good for much of Minnesota and western Wisconsin. Right now, this is the visible satellite loop today over the upper Midwest. And get used to this, by the way, because all we've got is just some fair weather puffy cumulus clouds now that have developed over much of Minnesota. But certainly plenty of sunshine for everyone, and that has boosted the temperatures well into the 80s, in some places even reaching into the lower 90s, and that is going to be the case not only today, but Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And yes, plenty of sunshine the way it appears, with little in the way of thunderstorm activity, if any. So it should be dry for most of us for the next 2 to 3 days. All right. Here is the NAM computer model guidance, and this is the jet stream, the river of air at 30,000 feet. And the reason why it's going to be dry over most of Minnesota through much of the weekend is because the jet stream, that river of air that steers our storm systems, is located out here in Montana and North Dakota, and then surging north into Saskatchewan and Manitoba, and that keeps the storm track out over South Dakota, North Dakota, and then maybe even extending into northwestern Minnesota. That's really the only part of Minnesota that I'm worried about here between now and Saturday night is northwestern Minnesota. We'll see what happens there as storms develop over the Dakotas this weekend. But again, that jet stream, even into Sunday, the jet stream stays out west, which would keep the most inclement weather over the Dakotas and then perhaps into portions of western and northwestern Minnesota, leaving much of eastern Minnesota, for the most part, dry. Okay, here is future radar now. This is from the NAM-NEST computer model guidance, and here it is for later today. So this is for later Thursday now and then into Friday morning. And look at how storms just basically disappear or dissipate as they try to move east into western Minnesota during the morning tomorrow. Then we get a redevelopment of storms tomorrow evening over the Dakotas. You can see they're scattered in nature, but still some of them could be strong, and they may even extend into extreme northwestern Minnesota, where they simply don't need the rain up there. And then Saturday becomes active. A cluster of heavy storms, the way it appears, develops on Saturday evening and afternoon over the Dakotas. And I don't think, as of right now, I don't think they're going to really make much progression into Minnesota on Saturday evening, which is great news for those that are looking to get in some fireworks on Friday evening. Again, I think much, if not all, of Minnesota is going to be, for the most part, dry. If you get rain on Saturday night, you're unlucky. That includes western Wisconsin. All right. Looking further ahead, now this is the jet stream structure from the European computer model guidance. This is for Saturday, and of course, like we had mentioned, the jet stream is out west over the Dakotas and Montana, keeping us mostly dry. Now, as we get into Sunday, the jet stream continues to stay out west, although it does inch a little bit further east towards western Minnesota, so hence storms could start to fire over western Minnesota on late Sunday and into early Monday morning. Then this is when our period really starts to get busy here over much of Minnesota and Wisconsin. This is the jet stream structure for early next week, and look at how the jet stream now is located over northern Minnesota. That puts much of southern and central Minnesota and northern Wisconsin in a prime area for thunderstorm development. Again, that is as we head into early next week. So really, as of right now, nothing to worry about as far as rain and storms for the state of Minnesota and Wisconsin through at least Saturday. Now, this is the European computer model guidance for rain totals between now and Sunday evening. Okay, and look at how it keeps the majority, if not all, of the rain over South Dakota, North Dakota, and extreme northwestern Minnesota. Meanwhile, the bulk of Minnesota and Wisconsin stays for the most part dry for the next 3 days and nights, and that includes July 4th. So Have fun with your fireworks on July 4th, which of course is Saturday evening. I hope it stays dry for everybody, and I think it will. And we will talk more as we get into Monday when our weather pattern becomes much more active. Take care, everyone, and have a great 4th.